Good morning, everybody, or good night. Yeah, I forgot to do an intro, so we're getting right into the old version of the tour. We are going to be redoing my meadow in my Disney Dreamlight Valley. This is my house I'm showing you guys, and I forgot to film an long enough entrance. I'm sorry, y'all. Over here is my farm. Just a little miniature farm. I wanted to have a small farm representing the basic crops. And back here is just a collection of clutter that eventually needs to be moved. I don't know why I looked at the plaza, but yeah. Oh, garden and a mess that I had to clean up, and I realized when I used the vacuum to clean up, some of my flowers in the garden got picked up. I probably should have made sure the valley was clean before I started touring it, but I didn't. And I filmed this one. This is my farmer's market. Sorry. Anyways, I filmed this one before I filmed the plaza being redone. So if you see the background, you'll see the original plaza before it got redone in the first video that you've seen before this. Because this was the first video I recorded. The first one I redid. My house, the farm, Mickey and Minnie. Funnily enough, Mickey kind of ends up in the same spot in the end. His house doesn't really get moved. Daisy and the farmer's market and Goofy and Donald. Donald gets evicted. He straight up gets evicted because I'm tired of him taking up my pond. Has anyone else had these building issues where you're building and then you close out of it and then stuff that you picked up is still there? Or it undoes what you did for the last like 10 minutes. That's been happening to me a lot. Even with the update, it's still happening. Sorry. You're going to see me moving things back and forth to the beach. I kind of sad that I lost my yard space in this build, but it's okay. Yep, here he is. Donald's been evicted. He lives in the swamp now. He actually got evicted again and got moved again. Just recently, I evicted him out of the swamp and put him on a floating island. I mean, in hindsight, Mickey and Goofy could have been nice, like, right there, but it just wasn't working for me. I really wish I could have put Daisy next to, Minnie, but it just didn't work the way... It wasn't sitting or fitting the way I was hoping it would. And now I'm placing all the pathing in. I'm sorry about all the squeaking because I sped it up. There's like this weird squeaking noise that you guys can hear. I'm really sorry if that's like annoying. Hopefully I can... I wanted to have the build sounds from Disney Dreamlight Valley in the background, but now that I realize speeding up the actual build process makes the sound from the game sound weird. I don't know why I'm doing the path like that, but okay. Oh, I wanted to do an angle and the angle was going to be a little too short. I thought it was cute to put Goofy next to a pond since he loves to fish so much. Like, I always see him fishing. And the whole point of my Peaceful Meadow is supposed to house the main Disney characters. You know, like how in My Little Pony they have the main six. I kind of feel like Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, and Rip Pluto, because he's still not in the game. They're the main six, and they belong in one area of the town. They should be like a staple or a centerpiece. If I didn't end up making them the Peaceful Meadow for them, I probably would have made a plaza town with just them because they're my favorite characters. I'm going to be honest with you, the rest of the characters drive me crazy, especially Maribel. She is a massive stalker. I mean, I cannot escape her. She's everywhere. I have this quest for the Disney Dreamlight Parks quest. I never finished it. So her quest is still stuck in my quest log, and so she's still stuck following me around the valley. I can't get rid of her. I wish I could banish her. I would love to banish her, because every time I turn around from whatever I'm doing, she's right there, driving me crazy. I feel like while I was building this, it was very chaotic. I wasn't sure what was going to go where, how I was going to do anything. I was just trying to make the pathing not be perfectly symmetrical. I wanted like twists and turns and curves. A little bit of this build is inspired by other YouTubers that I've watched, because I've been watching other people do their builds of the Disney Dreamlight Valley, and that's where I've been learning how to build and stuff. And how to replace. Don't get me wrong, the original Peaceful Meadow was nice. It just wasn't working for me anymore. It wasn't what I was wanting. I wanted something different, so I ended up changing things around quite a bit. And I would say it's a mix between cottagecore and fairycore, because I do a lot of the mushroom stuff and the magical stuff from the Tinkerbell fairy line. I'm kind of sad. I must have missed it during the portion where I wasn't really playing Disney Dreamlight Valley. There was a time where I stopped playing in protest because Disney Dreamlight Valley wasn't letting Treasure Islands exist. Yeah, we don't want to get into it. It's still way too stressful to try to get iron and wrought iron and dreamlight and stuff. It's very frustrating and stressful for someone like me, especially having to do the repetitive tasks to get the dreamlight. So having the treasure island really helped me out. I keep trying to use these waterfall items that you saw me just place, and it's just not working for me. It's not. They're gonna go. I think I take them down at some point, because it just, no matter what I do, they don't work the way I want them to. So I'll be changing them out. But yeah, I am not ashamed to say I use Treasure Island, because I don't play this game to have a hard time or to get stressed out. I play it for fun. I think I walked away at this point. Oh no, I just must have had a brain freeze, trying to figure out what I wanted done. These trees, these skinny, tall trees from the Storybook Vale and the flower bushes, my favorite items that they added. Storybook Vale added the best greenery in the game. And you'll see that in a lot of my builds, I use those little mushrooms a lot, because they light up and look really pretty at night. When I was doing my valley the first time around, before I decided to redo everything, I was doing a lot of this mushroom builds in the game. Like a lot, like a ridiculous amount. I've actually cut it down, because if you could see my beach, I've actually got rid of most of the mushrooms that I had down there. I was trying to make it a magic core, fairy core kind of thing. And I decided I just did not like it, so I took them out. Unfortunately, I didn't record me redoing my beach, so there's not going to be a video for that. I also redid my Sunlit Plateau, but I didn't record that. I didn't decide to start recording the videos until after I had like a bunch of the biomes already done. I did not record. I do not remember if I recorded when I redid the Gladed Truss. So I don't have the speed builds for those. Originally, back when I first started building, I used to line these paths with rocks and stones, which I learned from Console Cadle how to do that, but I kept getting stuck on a lot of the rocks, so I just decided bushes where it is, and I will leave spaces open for me to get back to mining those, or if I need to get behind to clean up. Let me tell you, cleaning up, big pain in the butt, biggest pain in the butt I've ever had to experience with, because it seems like stuff spawns way too quickly in this game. And I've had to stop in the middle of my build so many times just to clean stuff up that's gotten in my way. like a large rock, or as you can see, the flowers consistently in my way in the middle of my build, which irritated me to no ends, might I add. Yeah. God, I lose my train of thought sometimes when I do these voiceovers, which makes it a little bit harder, because I will be talking and then forget what I'm saying. But that's, yeah, the one hard part of building is constantly having to stop or move flowers or sticks or anything out of the way. Also down here, I did hide 15 sticks so that because all the trees that I like to put in when I'm decorating, it would spawn a ridiculous amount of sticks, and it drives me crazy to see them on my path or in the way. So putting 15 behind, put some behind Daisy and some behind Mickey's really helped to keep the valley clean. When I used the vacuum, which by the way, just recently discovered this month, not even joking, it's been Eternity Isle has been out for how long, and I just figured out how the vacuums work, and I got one in every single biome. I literally went to the treasure island, got a massive amount of the stuff, and then built a bunch of them for each valley, because walking around trying to clean everything up drove me insane. Yeah. There's some space behind where Minnie's house is, and I really didn't know what to do with that area, so I'm not too happy about the way it turned out, but it's okay to where I'm not going to want to mess with it, and I'm just going to leave it. And also, where are my lazy ladies at? Because behind my house, where the 2 mining nodes are in the Peaceful Meadow, I ended up putting a bunch of chests there so that I could just dump my inventory. And because I'm extremely anal about things being organized, I do not like chest monsters. I have like 6 or 7 chests down for like each category. I got food and mining, and then the other random crafting stuff, I would say. So like the twigs, the clay, the rocks, and all that's in a chest. I just put another chest down for fish, and then a chest, 2 chests for flowers, because there's more flowers than there is space in the chest. And so my valley stuff goes into the Mickey Mouse Dreamlight chest, the one that where no matter where you open it from, it kind of works like an ender chest, so you can put one in each biome and it will still be the same stuff inside. You know what I mean? And there you see I accidentally cleaned up all my sticks, so I ended up having to go back and replace them all again, which is really annoying. But the nice thing is I don't have to drop each individual stick anymore. I could just drop one and then duplicate it by hitting the X button for the amount of sticks that I needed to place, so that was nice. I have not gotten to use this rainbow in a build, so I was really excited to add it into this one. I think I started talking to you guys about, I wanted to add underneath, I seen this giant flower rug that is based off of Encanto's, the rug that, what is her sister's name? Not Louisa, the other one. I can't remember her name. Little Miss Perfect. We're going to call her that because she drives me nuts. Maribel's sister, the rug. And I guess it must have been in the Moonstone shop. And I must have missed it during that time when I wasn't playing. I think I jumped from one subject to another and never finished that statement. So here I am finishing that statement. Like I said, I did not know what to put behind, next to Minnie's house, behind her little flowers doll thing, so it was hard. I do love that I made her a little garden. This is a little gazebo garden, but the area behind it, I don't know. I didn't know what to do with it, so I don't know if I ever finish. I don't know if I finish it in this video. And then I want Max and I wanted Nana to run around the valleys, so I put Nana's house down because I like the look of it, even though I hate the color blue. I'm sorry to all my blue lovers, but I just don't like it. I wish it was brown. It would go a lot better. But yeah, I was so sad that I didn't get that rug. I thought about putting the lanterns on all four sides, but look at me trying to find a rug big enough to make it pretty. I'm so sad that I missed out on that. I missed out on a couple things by not playing. I missed out on the strawberry dress. So I hope that there's a way that it will come back around so I can get a chance to get it because I love strawberries. I have an obsession. I actually was bored and just built a whole orchard area on my Eternity Isles. And the one upper section over by the docks, I can't remember what it's called, but it's over by the docks area where you first start, and you go up the stairs to it, and it leads to a hidden area. Anyways, I turned that into a strawberry orchard town thing based off of a Google image I found when I was trying to search up strawberry towns. Now here's the other thing. I wanted to make a boba shop. So I'm talking about that. It has nothing to do with the build, but I'm right now, as you guys can see, I'm just being like really random trying to figure out what I want back anywhere. I want to build a boba shop, and I don't know how to build one outdoors, or if I should wait to get a house that looks like a shop for that boba tea would be served at. I don't know. But I've been wanting to have a boba shop. There's all these boba drinks. Of course, I want to make a boba shop. Sorry, I'm going to do that a lot. I stutter a lot and stumble over my words when talking. Now, I do want to say that next to Mickey's house, right now, you can see in this video, there's mushrooms and trees, and it's all pretty and foresty. That has changed. I officially got a bunch of extra houses because we had a little extra income, so I bought the big Moonstone pack. So I put my husband's house there because I'm going through this new phase where if I get sucked into a video game, I want the video game to be prepped and ready for us. So all my kids have a house. That's what my entire Forest of Valor, half of my Forest of Valor got turned into, was my kids' house. All my kids have a house, and my husband and me live in the Peaceful Meadow. But we each have our own house, and I let the kids decorate the inside of their houses as well. Moon hasn't decorated his yet, but he's not really into cozy games. He likes more like Mario and Minecraft and that stuff. Although I consider Minecraft a cozy game as long as you're not playing hardcore. I can't play hardcore because it would stress me out so much, losing my stuff. I do not pay attention to where I walk, so falling off the cliff is a huge thing for me. I really like these elegant water lilies. So I love this. I discovered one day, I was like, let me try to put this down. When I was decorating my Eternity Isle, I discovered putting them along the path was really nice. I do also like decorating with the fruit bushes and the fruit trees, but I at the same time want to have them in one spot and have an orchard, but so I kind of split it off, but then I had an orchard in the Forest of Valor. I ended up getting rid of that and just doing aesthetic builds with all the fruit trees and stuff. And you'll see in my tour, I do have an obsession with fairy rings. In at least 3 different areas, I have 3 fairy rings that I made. And no, I don't have the fairy mushrooms. I still not come up with them in Scrooge Shop because I'm bet you're wondering why I have not used them since I want to have that be a fairy core build. And that is it. Let's do this tour. So we have my house area over here. I put Nana and Max in and my vacuum so I can clean it up. I don't think I put the chest back there yet, but I do later on off camera. I ran out of padding materials, which thanks to the uncrafter I got padding materials back. So I do put a path underneath my crafting bench at some point. Obviously, I change a couple things. Not a lot of stuff. I do like all the snippets flying around because it does add to the fairy. Yeah, right here next to this pond is where I add my husband's house in later, which you'll see in the updated tour once I do the full tour. Once my valley, I think my valley is actually completely done and I could do the tour, but if there's any other like city core buildings or anything that I might add, I might add them to the winter biome because there is a space where I can add some more buildings and stuff. Here's Goofy's house, and I decided to put his stall next to him. I thought it was really cute and simple. Just a little area for me to go shopping at Goofy's, and I wanted to show you guys the nighttime view because I had the mushrooms. The mushrooms light up, the little water lily flowers light up, and the deer and all the sparkles. That's my favorite part. Like, as much as I'd rather play during the daytime, this section gets done off camera. I really love the way the stuff lights up at night. It just makes it more magical. Makes it look more magical. I do love my house. I miss my yard, but I like the placement of my house, and I like that it's more naturey feeling. I do love the way this turned out. Like, there you go. See, you can see that stick spawned that we just walked by. I love the way this turned out. Here's the overview. I do have an obsession with putting those little swan boats into the ponds. And I do really like the little flower things that you got from the Moonstone shop. I thought they weren't going to be worth it, but in this build, they really they add to it. But yeah, I really wish I had the extra mushroom items that I believe you get from Scrooge's shop. I've been religiously looking for them, but no luck. They're not spawning. I even bought out all the clothes finally to have extra furniture space and nothing. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys! I'm going to have to add another picture here because I talked longer than my video lasted. Bye, y'all!